breakout, right? A 3-month balance, getting this breakout, this developing +4 bar here. So kind of telling us that momentum traders are in control and they can kind of continue to remain in control as the market looks to trade higher. Now, switching over to the weekly, we can see on the weekly we're trading inside the previous week. Now, the previous week was a +4, which is very key, right? If we spend a lot of time below that previous week's close, as we assume this is a lot of momentum that came into the market here, we are, or the odds are increasing that you get some sort of liquidation from that. So below the 55.34, the longer we stay below it or the more closes that we get below it, the odds are increased that we trade lower. So that's just something to keep in mind. Above that, we still kind of remained that upside pressure or that bullish momentum into the rest of the week. We do have some news today at 10, so be aware of that. Yesterday, we had an outside day. The market went up first, came down second. We traded very close to and almost mechanically off of a previous +4. So you can see momentum traders got up here up to that 55.59 before another outside day. Then you got that increased liquidation as the market closed below that level. We kind of stayed here, tried to trade back up right to that level. Let's probably let some of these momentum buyers back out of the market as they liquidated down. Some momentum traders intraday yesterday tried to jump in there, unsuccessfully liquidated, and then we closed yesterday onto a spike. Now, switching over to the profiles, we could see here basically what I'm looking for is I'm going to be using that previous week's close, the 55.34 quarter, as a flip point. So if the market is above that, I like the opportunity of longs there. If it's below that, not really a fan, right? As I said, I think the odds increase if we stay below the 55.34. You get increased odds of a liquidation. Now, in between the T1 low, which is going to be the T2 low today from 621, and that close, you're most likely to get a choppy market, right? If buyers are serious, they'll pop it back above that and look for some of these upside liquidity gaps that we've seen from yesterday. Now, whether you want to take it on the breakthrough, like yesterday, we just broke through it. The trade plan worked really quickly. We got a pullback right to it. It bounced again, but the second time it pulled back to it, it didn't hold. And then we got a pullback to that level. And then that's where the downside came in. So you can see just how important it was yesterday. So there's no reason to just ignore it today. And really, that's kind of what I'm looking for that pullback. If that pullback confirms, looking to get long and looking to trade back up to that 55.54, which is the previous COTS VPOC. Now below that, and really inside of this yellow box here, if we just continue to kind of rotate inside this box, that would be building value, right? And so when we're paying attention, or when we should, you get a lot of people that are looking, oh, it went up 2 points, oh, it went down 2 points, oh, it went up 5 points, oh, it went down 5 points, really. But you've got to pay attention to value. So where is the value developing? And we could see yesterday's value area, and I actually have this on a 50% value area just to make it a little bit cleaner. But you can see value area high from yesterday sitting up about 48, value area low sitting about 22. So as we develop, we'll be developing in the lower part of this value, and that would be something key to pay attention to. If the market fails to break that 55.34, you're really going to be wanting to look for those scalps to the downside and then try to catch the runner for that breakout. Now we have this previous singles and kind of a flip zone. I think if the market gets below that and starts to see acceptance below this 55.01, which is a previous COT VPOC, then there is room for the downside there. And that downside could be looking to test back into that gap, which would be 54.89 area. So about 10 points lower than that. And there's also that's the non-back adjusted gap. Back adjusted gap doesn't start till 54.69. So in between those two areas would be kind of the target if you did get a liquidation break. to the upside, right? We still have that cop epoch, and then as we get back up there, it's the same thing as yesterday. You're gonna have to reevaluate at this 55, 54 area, just like we did yesterday, because it is an area where the market's going to have to try to look for acceptance or find more buyers and get accepted in this upper distribution from 620. Now, if we're paying attention here and you look at this as a whole in this upper kind of balance that we're in, remember, balance doesn't necessarily have to be a, you know, pretty thing, but you can kind of see in this upper balance here that we're coming right into the low of this distribution here. So we kind of have a double distribution, right, with this weak spot here. So this is the volume. And so you're kind of coming right into the low. So it, everything is kind of lining up here. If you fail to get acceptance up above this ledge, then the market's going to have a tough time getting up. If it does get acceptance, right, you've got some areas that 55.50 has been very key, and then 55.54 being the backside of that distribution. That's where you would need confirmation in order to get that continuation to the upside. So you want to be paying attention to that and paying attention to where value is developing. Like I said, it it really is just one of the most important things. If you can do that, take a step back and start to ignore the price action where you're focused on, oh, there it goes, oh, it's coming back, oh, there it goes, oh, there, you really are going to develop that bigger picture mindset, and it's going to help you understand, stay more patient, and trade better. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you're managing risk and sticking to your trade plan, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. There's somebody in here called the Crypto